What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who have subscribed to my channel, I want to say thank you. I really do appreciate it. Happy New Year. So today I'm going to start off with a chit chat video on how I was the side chick, and obviously this is something that's happened many years ago. Okay, for those of you who've been watching my video, you know that I'm pretty much out of the dating world. I don't do dating anymore, but that's something I'll emphasize on in another video. So the reason why I'm doing this chit chat video is because I want you lot to learn something from it, most especially the ladies out there who claim to be in complicated relationships and you're stuck, you don't know what to do. Hopefully when you finish listening to my story, it could help you and you can pretty much learn a lot from it. So I'm just gonna go straight into it. I don't have notes or anything because it's my story. I feel like you remember your story, but I hope I won't forget anything. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So this happened when I was 17. Yeah, 17? Yeah, 17. And I was bored. Okay, because when I was young, I wasn't really the type of girl that gets approached by a lot of men. I would have men stare at me, but I didn't really get approached by a lot of men. I wasn't that girl that was popular and guys would always run to. It just wasn't me. So most of the time, like, I've really been single. Like, the longest relationship I've ever been, which is the one I'm about to talk to you guys about, is 3 months, which to me is not really a relationship. You're still getting to know somebody within 3 months. So I was bored, I was lonely. All my mates always had a guy, like they always had a guy friend that they would talk to, or a guy friend they were meeting, and I had none. And back then Facebook was the thing. Instagram wasn't really out there yet, but Facebook was the thing. So while I was on Facebook, there was this guy who'd message me, and I would ignore it, but he was very persistent in messaging me and flirting with words and text messages and everything. So I said, you know what, since I'm bored and there's nobody around, let me just give it a shot. Let me just give it a try, right? Because you can meet Mr. Right on social media. Even till this day, you can. Even God can do that. But back then, I didn't really have a relationship with God. I was just doing my own thing. So I gave it a shot, and we decided to meet up in town. So when we met up in town, just to see each other face to face, to see what we look like and everything. Now the thing was, when I saw him face to face, I was a bit like, okay, he's alright, I think I can deal with it. It's not exactly what I want, not exactly how he looks, but I think I'm alright, I can deal with it. So we started talking, and then I was asking him, are you out of a relationship? Where are you at right now? And he told me that he just came out of a 2-year relationship and that he just wants something new, this and that. So then I told him, okay, so what are we? Because for me, I love to know everything. It's not like I love to know everything from the first day, but I don't want to go home thinking and then I ask myself, why didn't I ask him this? Why didn't I ask him that? So I prefer to just ask you, on the first day. So I told him, I said, what exactly are we? And he was like, well, whatever you want it to be, that's what we are. And I was thinking, what do you mean by that? Like, are we dating? Are we in a relationship? Or are we just friends? Like, I need like a clear definition of what we are. And he was like, well, whatever you want it to be. So I just said, okay, I kind of just brushed it off. I didn't really take it seriously. So as time was going by, we met up places here and there. I didn't really have much freedom to go and meet him because I was brought up in a very strict African home where I just didn't have much freedom to go out. And I think that kind of affected some areas in the relationship. And then as time was going on, we would go out, and personally for me, like, I've been brought up to be an independent girl and to never depend on a man for anything. That's how I've been brought up, and all the women that are around me, that's how they are. They do things themselves, they buy things themselves, they don't wait for a man, they don't because most of the men that they're married to, they're just laid back, like they don't do the protecting and providing bit. So for me, when he told me that we should go out on the first date or whatever, I brought my money along, you know. I said, well, I don't know if he's gonna pay, but I'm just gonna bring my money along. And we got to the cinema, and when we got to the cinema and the lady had said, okay, this is the amount, and I decided to bring out my money, and then he started shouting at me, you know, why are you trying to pay for yourself? Like, don't you know you're embarrassing me? I'm a man, this and that. Like, you don't have to pay. I'm the one that's supposed to be paying. And I'm thinking, like, why are you shouting? You know, if you want to pay, why did you wait for me to bring out my money before you actually paid for it? Like, why didn't you tell me that, look, Dami, it's all right, I'll sort it out myself? You know, I like a man that just goes straight to the point and just, you know, just say it. Like, whatever you want to do, just say it. Don't leave me guessing. So that was that. And then later on, as the days were going by, his birthday was coming around, and I asked him, you know, what are you doing for your birthday? He told me that he's gonna go back home and visit his parents. So his parents live in the countryside. This was when I was in Ireland anyway. So his parents live in the countryside, and he told me that he was gonna go home to visit his parents. So on his birthday, I called him multiple times to wish him happy birthday, to hear his voice, all that kind of stuff. I didn't get through to him. So after he came back, a few days later, I get a phone call from this girl called Dami. Can you imagine? She has the same name as me. So she calls me and she says, am I speaking to Dami? I said, yeah, you're speaking to Dami. She goes, well, I just want to know something, because my boyfriend is da 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 da. I don't want to mention his name here because I don't know if he's actually watching this. So I said, is that your boyfriend? She goes, yeah, that's my boyfriend, and I was going through his phone and I seen the messages that he's sending you, and I just want to let you know, like, I just want to know, like, are you in a relationship with him? And I said no. I don't know why I said no. I don't know why I said no. I feel like something inside of me just knew that this is not something serious. Something inside of me just knew that this isn't something serious. So I told the girl, I said, no, I'm not in a relationship with him. And she said, okay, cool. She was really calm about it, to be honest. Some girls would have been shouting on the phone and cursing you out, but she was really calm, and she hung up. And then I called him. I called him up and I said, when I met you, you told me that you were single. Why am I getting a phone call from your girlfriend? And where were you a few days ago? Because you told me that you were going to go to the countryside and visit your parents, but this particular girl is saying that she was going through your phone a few days ago. So clearly you were in another girl's house, and who is she to you? And he was like, oh, you know, I haven't got time to deal with this right now. I'm busy studying for my masters. This is not important, blah, blah, blah. I said, listen, you only have to talk for like 5 minutes. I'm not going to take much of your time. He's like, no, I don't want to deal with it, blah, 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 this and that. I said, okay, fine, cool, whatever. So I decided to go online and to do some investigation. You see me, yeah? I don't know whether other girls can relate to it, but I'm like an FBI. If I need to find out something, if I need to investigate something, I'm going to investigate and I'm going to find out. I might not say it, but I will find out. So I went online, I went on Facebook, and what I found out was he had 2 Facebook pages. Okay, so he was friends with me on one Facebook page, which had little friends, not too many pictures, and it was all right. Then he had another Facebook page that I discovered by myself. He didn't even tell me. I discovered by myself that he had another Facebook page, and in that Facebook page it had in a relationship with Dami, which is the girl from the countryside that called me. And when I looked at how long that's been there, it's been there for 2 years. And I'm thinking, so you're with this girl for 2 years and you're out here meeting me? Like, why? You know, I was just thinking about it. And then I called him again because I was starting to get angry. I called him again. I said, you didn't tell me that you had 2 Facebook pages, and then at the same time you're with a girl for 2 years. You're still with this girl. You told me on the first date that you're not with this girl anymore, and I just find out that you're still with this girl. Then he was telling me, no, that's just an old Facebook page, and that, you know what, I'm gonna deactivate it because of you, just to prove to you that the page is not active, this and that, blah blah blah. I said, okay, cool. So after a few hours later, I went to go check that page, and I realized that I couldn't find the page anymore. So I thought maybe he's deactivated it now. But something in the inside of me was like, no, go back and investigate, Dami. Go back online and investigate. So I called one of my friends. I said, can you give me your Facebook login details? I just need to investigate someone. I'm not interested in reading your messages or what you do with your page, but I need to investigate this guy. Just give me your login details. So she gave me her login details, and I searched for that profile page from her Facebook account, and I found it again. It's still there. So he didn't even deactivate the page, he just blocked me from the page. And I just said to myself, I said, you know what, I'm not even going to confront you about this, because if I do, you're going to lie again, and I'm going to investigate again, and I'm still going to get the same answer. So I left it like that, and we kept going on. Later on, he'll call me, you know, I want to see you now. Why can't I see you now? Because I'm not the type of girl that, you know, you're going to see me 24/7 because we're in a relationship. It don't work like that with me. I got my own life. I've got my own things to do. You know, I've got responsibilities to take care of. And he wouldn't understand that. So one day he was like, well, if you don't come and visit me, I'm going to bring other girls to my house. And yeah, I'm going to have fun with them, this and that. And on the phone, I'm like, I just froze on the phone. Like, just because you haven't seen me for 2 weeks, you're gonna just bring another girl to your house just like that, just like that. And bear in mind, I'm 17, I'm insecure, you know, people think I'm this confident girl, but back when I was really young, like, I mask on confidence. It's not like, it wasn't natural like the way it is now. So when you're insecure, when you're not really when you don't really have much confidence, you don't know how to talk boldly to people, especially when it's the opposite sex. So he hung up, and then later on I went to visit him, and then it went on like that. Then there was a time where he had an accident. He had a serious accident, and his health was at stake. And you know, me being a nice girl, a good girl, and I'm not even trying to brag, but when you're a good girl, you know you're a good girl. When you're a bad girl, you know you're a bad girl. I came down to his house and I said, you know what, since you're going to be struggling with cooking, because he's living on his own, since you're going to be struggling with cooking meals for yourself and everything, let me come down and let me help you out with some of the stuff, you know. And I did that for him, and he started complaining about the food. Truth be told, back then I wasn't really a good cook, but I tried. Okay, I tried. The fact that I decided to come down and come cook for you, yeah, I tried, because I don't do that for strangers. I only do that for the people that I care about, or for the people that I love. So after I did that, he started complaining this and that. He's like, oh, you know what, there are many girls out there that like to come cook for me, this and that. I don't know what happened to me. I just looked at him and I told him, I said, listen, if those girls want to come and cook for you, they can come and cook for you. I don't mind. Bring them all to your room and let them come cook for you, because as you can see, there's no ring here, and if there's no ring here, that means there's no responsibility from me to you. So if they want to come and cook, they can come and cook. And when I gave him that attitude, like, he just looked at me like, oh, like, he'd never seen that side of me. I can be very nice, but if you cross your line with me, you're not gonna like the other side of me. And that's just how it is, and it has nothing to do with you being a Christian or not. You have to have a lion side to you, and then you have to have a lamb side. Okay, the lamb is the gentle, meek person. The lion is that one that, you know, you cross your boundary, you cross your line, you're not gonna like it. And that's how it was. And then after a while, we kept going on. Then later on, he asked me, you know, when am I going to introduce him to my parents? And I can never forget this day. I was sitting down, I was in his house when he asked me this question, and I was looking around his house and looking at him and looking at the floor, looking at this wardrobe, and I said to myself, I can never introduce you to my parents. Like, never. And I'm not the kind of girl that always tell my parents about, you know, guys. Like, I never tell my parents about guys. I don't bring guys to my house, you know. I just don't do all of that, because if I bring a guy to my house, that means I'm serious. That means we talking about marriage, and I don't picture myself getting married to you at all. I even asked myself, I said, what am I even doing with my life? Why am I even still here? Like, what am I doing dealing with you? And you know, things still went on, and then at a point, God just showed me a vision that, you know, this guy is still cheating on you with another girl. This is not even the one that he's with for 2 years. This is a different girl. And, you know, me being a little bit of a rebel, I was like, nah, I don't think so. Nah, he can't be cheating again. And God was like, no, he's cheating on you. And God showed me the person that he was cheating on me with. So the next time I went to go visit him, and I was on his laptop, you know, not looking for anything, I was just on his laptop, I saw the picture of the girl that God had showed me in a vision. And I was just like, oh my days. Like, why did I not just listen to God when he just told me that he was cheating? And from then on, that's when things just came to an end. Like, it wasn't even a romantic relationship. He was very how do I put it, like, he would make fun of me. He would make fun of my accent. He didn't like my accent. He had a problem with my accent. He would make fun of how I talk, like the things that I say. Like, if you've been watching a lot of my videos, you know that sometimes my words kind of, you know, all over the place. And he would make fun of that. Sometimes he'll make me feel bad about myself. Some days he'll make me feel good about myself. Some days he'll like stalk me on my phone. He wants to know, you know, who am I talking to, even though I wasn't talking to anyone. And he would think that there's somebody in the corner, not realizing that because he's playing games, he obviously thought I was playing games, and I wasn't. I'm not that kind of person to cheat on someone. I'm a loyal person. Honestly, I am loyal. Even when it comes to friendship, I'm loyal. I'm not the type that would, you know, go behind your back and do something. If I need to say it to you, I'll say it to you. And if I feel like I no longer want to be with you and I want to be with somebody else, I'll cut it off. But to do that whole, you know, playing two guys at the same time, I'm not about that. I don't have time for it. I don't even know how to do it. So the fact that he would accuse me, oh, you know, why is this guy messaging you? Why is this one talking to you? I can't control people who message me. But what I can do is control what I'm going to say. So he had a huge issue with all of that. Basically, to end it all, I was really caring to him, but he wasn't caring to me. Now, some of you, after hearing that story, you might think that, oh, you know what, men are just trash. And to be honest with you, when I was 17, I had that in mind. I was just like, men are just useless, you know, men are just bleh, men are just hard to deal with, this and that. But now that I'm older and I look back, I realize that men are not actually trash, but it's just, I have to look at where I've gone wrong. Because sometimes, especially ladies, like, we're always pointing fingers at him and where he went wrong, what he didn't do right, and how he did this and how he did that. But we never take the time out to sit down and think, okay, where did I go wrong? Because to be honest with you, I shouldn't give him room to disrespect me like that. And that's where a lot of girls go wrong. Like, if someone disrespects you one time, you shouldn't have to deal with them the second time. You shouldn't give room for someone to disrespect you in any way. And that's where I went wrong. Another place where I went wrong was, I didn't put it in God's hand before I went on a date with him. And obviously I didn't have a relationship with God, so there was no way I could have done that. But there was a lot of red flags. Like, from the very beginning, from the first day I saw him and I asked him, what are we? And he said, whatever you think we are. That's a red flag. When a guy really wants you, like, there's none of this, what are we? He tells you from the very beginning, this is what I want. That's it. And that's the kind of guy you should desire to be with. The one that knows what he wants, not the one that makes you think and imagine and think and imagine as the days go by, but the one that comes up to you and say, this is what I want. As I've gotten older and I've got more confidence now, I've come across men who've just seen me on the first day and say, you know what, I want to marry you. They haven't sat me down to ask me any question. They haven't taken me out on a date yet, but they've just seen me somewhere and, you know, I want to marry you. Can I get your number? Or here's my number. from the very first moment. So yeah, it doesn't take too long for someone to know what they want. That was another red flag. Another red flag was he didn't really call me anymore. I was the one doing all the calling. When someone wants you, like, don't get me wrong, the two of you should want to be with each other, but when a man is the one initiating a relationship, or he's the one trying to get with you, he should be the one doing more of the calling to make you feel like this guy really wants me, and he's not just here to play games, and he's not just here to, you know, play with my heart or whatever. I don't believe in the whole the guy should call first, but what I'm really trying to say is you should be relaxed while he's the one doing it, like putting a lot more effort into it. You should be able to feel it within you that this guy really wants me. Not playing hard to get. I'm not talking about playing hard to get or playing some kind of chasing game, but you shouldn't be the one in the desperate position, and he shouldn't be desperate, but at the same time he should be showing some signs that he really wants you and that he's really, really serious about you. Another red flag that I didn't pay attention to was when he make fun of how I talk and make fun of my accent, and he used to make me feel bad about myself. That's disrespect. Like, when somebody wants you, they should want all of you. All of you. The way you talk, they should like the way you talk. They should like the way you walk. They should like how you look, how you dress. You know, they should like the things that you don't even like about yourself. Yeah, let me put it that way. They should like the things that you don't like about yourself. There are things on my body that I don't like. You know, the fact that I've got big boobs, that I don't like it. But I've come across people of the opposite sex that likes that. My accent, I like my accent. You know, I don't see anything wrong with my accent, but I've come across people who love my accent. So when you're dealing with someone who wants to be with you, they should love all of you, the shape of your face, your hair, your body, how you walk, your arms, like you're fat, you're skinny, whatever. They should just love all of you. And trust me, there is somebody out there that is going to love every single bit of you. Even the things that you don't love for yourself, they are going to love every single bit of you. There's this guy, he told me, no, there's this guy, he's got really hairy arms, and he doesn't like it. And I told him, I said, I think they're nice. I think it's nice the way you've got hairy arms. I'm not really a big fan of a hairy man, but I think hairy arms on a man is nice. And when I told him that, he goes, oh, okay, cool. And to him, he doesn't like it, but now I think he's in a relationship or something, and the girls that he's with, they don't mind. So when you're with someone who wants to be with you, make sure they love all of you. If they tell you, oh, like, I don't like the way your stomach is popping out like that, I don't like how your last toe is looking like that, I don't like the way you laugh, I don't like the way you smile, I don't like the gap in your teeth, like, listen, just throw them away, okay? Just throw them away. You don't want to be dealing with that. It's bad enough that we're all insecure about something in our body. You don't need to be with somebody who's going to point out your insecurities. Like, they're just going to make you feel bad even more. Another red flag that I should have watched out for was when his girl called me and told me that she's still with him. I really should have cut it off, but I think deep down I knew that this wasn't something serious, so I decided to just keep going with it. And that's where the side chick comes in, okay? Because some girls, you know that this guy is in a relationship and you don't mind, you're still meeting him, you're still having sex with him, because you feel like if he loved the first girl enough, he wouldn't be meeting you. But the problem with that is, you know, us girls, we are emotionally driven. At a point, you might end up falling in love with him, and things could get really, really bad. Now, to be honest with you, I wasn't in love with this guy. It's really, like, for me to fall in love with someone, it's gonna take time. 3 months is not enough for me, because love is not something that I've experienced. To be honest with you, I can show love to you, I can be caring, I can be kind, I could do all sorts, but to be in love, it takes time. Like, for me to even say I love you to someone, like, that stuff is heavy on my end. Like, it's really heavy because I don't just say it anyhow. I don't throw them words anyhow. Some people are used to saying it, you know, they say it to their friends, they say it to they say it to the first guy they meet, they say it all day every day. But for me, it's like those words mean a lot to me, and I don't just say it anyhow. So when I do say it, I mean it. And while I was with this guy would tell me, you know, I've never heard you say I love you. How come you don't say it to me? Like, he'll give out to me on the phone for not even saying I love you. And I said, well, it's because I'm not in love yet, so I can't just say it. I don't know how to say it. And he's like, well, it's not that difficult, like, it's just 3 words. And I'm like, well, it's hard. And while I was on the phone and I was trying to say, I was like, I was like, nah, I can't say it. No, I can't say it. And to be honest, that's a red flag. If you're with someone for a period of time, like 3 to 6 months, and you find it really difficult to say I love you, that is a sign that maybe you're not really into the person, and maybe you really just don't love them, or deep down they haven't proved that they love you as a person. Another red flag that I should have watched out for was when God told me that he was cheating on me. I really should have just cut it off from that point. I really should have cut it off from that point. But like I said, I was 17, insecure, bored. I didn't really know what I was doing with my life, and yeah, I just kept it going until one day I was like, you know what, I've pretty much had enough of this. Like, I'm tired of dealing with you. I think we're just gonna put this to sleep now and just leave it for that year. I'm not gonna transfer this shenanigans to the following year. But even in the midst of me being in the wrong relationship, God is still faithful, that he still revealed to me what this guy is up to. And that's what I really want you to get out of this video. God is so faithful that if you ask God, I want you to show me every single thing that I need to know about this person before I meet this person, or before I go on a first date with this person. I want you to give me the signs. I'm telling you, he is going to give you the signs. And I'm going to talk more about this in another video, in another chit chat video. But God is so faithful that he will show you all the signs. He might not give it to you in a vision, but he'll probably show it to you while you're on a first date with this guy. He might show it to you in a dream. He might use somebody else to even advise you, or even show it to your parents to say it to you. There are different ways that God would reveal it to you. But yeah, that's really it for this video. Like I said, that happened when I was 17, you know, but your girl's gonna be 26 this year. And honestly, when I came out of that relationship, yeah, that was actually the last relationship I was in, I said to myself, the next guy I get with after that, I'm marrying him. And to be honest, I've stick to that word till this day. So yeah, that's why on my Instagram page you don't see me taking pictures with guys, you know. I don't do all of that. I don't have guys' phone number on my phone. My phone is literally dry. My Instagram inbox is dead. My Twitter inbox is dead, because I'm very like reserved like that. I'm not somebody who does this whole, you know, meeting people. I don't do all of that. I'm more of a reserved kind of person. But yeah, I really hope you learned a lot in this video. If you do have any questions you want to ask me, or yeah, if you have anything you want to ask me, just send me a message. You can send me a message on Instagram, you can send me a message on Twitter. I'll leave all my social media accounts in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Until my next video, stay blessed and stay beautiful. Bye.